Morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country and in the world. My name is Mark Perino, and I serve as the president of the American Association for the Treatment of Opioid Dependence. I come to you on this day of Tuesday Giving, which begins our association's official donation campaign. I fully realize that we're in a period of uncertainty in the country, but no matter what, our association continues to work with all of our policy partners in increasing access to care wherever it's needed in the United States. We just completed our conference in Philadelphia in the early part of October and had approximately 1,400 people in attendance. It was a very successful meeting, and we presented the most current policy and clinical information affecting the interests of our field and certainly our patients. We just finished our round of webinars, and we focused on two under the auspices of the Opioid Response Network, which is a SAMHSA-sponsored policy development, and this focused on the SAMHSA regulations affecting OTPs. The purpose of the webinars was to provide the most current information on how programs should anticipate regulatory compliance. And I can say that there's been a very successful transition to the new regulations. More treatment programs are opening. Patient retention is improving, both initially in treatment because of higher dosages available to the patients, and because of more take-home, the retention has improved throughout the course of care. Additionally, we just completed on November 12th our criminal justice webinar focusing on increasing access to medication-assisted treatment for opioid use disorder in jails and prisons. And I can say there's been an increasing interest on the part of the criminal justice system to increase such access to care. Also, I'm happy to report that there are 71 operating mobile vans in the United States. That's been a substantial increase since the regulations went into effect in October of 2024. And the increase in mobile vans is directly connected to the telehealth opportunities that the SAMHSA regulations provide. Additionally, there are over 2,100 treatment programs treating approximately 700,000 patients on any given day. So we will continue our plans in policy development for 2026 and to continue our push in the criminal justice system. And I'm happy to report there continues to be great interest in doing just this. Finally, we'll continue our legislative initiatives. Our board of directors and colleagues were in Washington in September, and we were focusing on our support for the Reentry Act, which will continue Medicaid coverage for inmates with opioid use disorder getting access to medication. We will continue to work with members of Congress and state legislators in 2026, and our legislative efforts will continue as we educate more members of the House and the Senate. So I'm asking you to be as generous as you can when we begin our campaign on Tuesday Giving, and to provide a tax-deductible contribution to our association to continue our vital work. Thank you again for your generous support, and we know this is the time of year when many are called upon. So thanks again, and I hope that you'll be as generous as you possibly can.